Welcome back to What's the Story. Unlike you, I am Dan Kennedy, and I am with this bad man right here, Randy Moore, singer, songwriter, producer, guitarist, basically man on the scene. Randy Moore, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So we're here at the Catalyst tonight, and we are celebrating the legend that is the Misfits.
Yeah.
What brings you here tonight?
I've loved the Misfits for too many years to count. You know, it's like it was just one of my favorite bands, and I was listening to Misfits stuff, getting in preparation for tonight, and just listening to like Danzig's vocal performances, and he's like so young, it just sounds so good. But here tonight, we're doing a charity event with Anchor Productions. Nick Anchorhart, my friend. I've known Nick's for almost 10 years now, so he does like this annual thing. So excited to be back again tonight.
Nice. Yeah. And so tonight you're playing with kind of your side project band 525. Or is it a real band now?
No, what's funny is that the idea came together just to play Christmas with the Misfits. Okay. Because me and my friend Kayla were like huge Misfits heads, so like I was trying to get a band just to like play songs together at some point. So it's kind of become a yearly excuse to get together and play Misfits songs.
Awesome. So you're not just in this band; you're in Spiritworld.
Yeah.
Super hardcore heavy metal band.
Yeah.
Tell me how Spiritworld came together. How'd you get in this band?
Spiritworld came together. I am friends with the producer Sam Pira, and he runs a studio out of Fremont called Panda Studios. And he posted on social media asking me to look for someone to play Slayer solos, and I responded, and he's like, "Cool, be here Monday." So I showed up, and he's like, "I'm gonna tell you where to go. You drive." And I was like, "All right, cool." So he told me to do some like leads here and leads there, and Stu Folsom, the guy whose project it is, he loved it, and came out to Fremont from Las Vegas. We just got hanging out, and the rest is history.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I can't stop listening to the Death Western album, the new Spiritworld record. So it isn't even out yet, but it's already sold out on vinyl.
Okay. Yeah. More or less. Yeah.
Okay. So when are we going to have another pressing?
You're asking the person lowest on the totem pole, but hopefully soon. Okay.
Well, we'll look forward to another pressing of the Death Western. So your brand new music video, Relic of Damnation, dropped last month.
Yeah.
It is a sick cowboy epic with an Evil Dead twist.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with great costumes and rhinestone-encrusted Western wear.
Yeah.
I want to know about the suits you're wearing in this video.
Spiritworld is all Stu's, vision, baby, and I'm just kind of blindly following him because he's just much like Danzig. To tie it back to tonight, he just does it all. He also wrote a book to go with the first record, and he has this whole death western vision, and that's kind of like where he wants to take the project, and I'm along for the ride. Nice. So the suits are funny. He wants to have this like nudie suit, Grand Ole Opry kind of feel to it. And I was like, great, cool, I'm into it. Yeah. So we got those custom made for us.
That's sweet. And you wore those on stage at Bloodstock 2022 in front of 20,000 people. What was that like?
Pretty surreal.
Yeah.
You don't really have a whole lot of time to like really take it in. There's moments that it comes and goes while you're playing. It was really fun. It was hotter. It was hotter than hell. It was like apparently England hasn't been hot in 100 years, and the first time we went was a massive heat wave. So we were in the rhinestone jackets, sweating, trying not to pass out.
So on that tour, you were touring with heavy as fuck Agnostic Front.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about that tour with 34 people on a tour bus? Who smelled the worst?
I don't think anybody smelled bad. Ooh. I mean, I didn't smell anybody. I'm sure some people would disagree with me, but I think everybody was so great. Yeah, we just did a tour with Spiritworld, Agnostic Front, Charger, which are out of Oakland, and features Matt Freeman of Rancid, and Last Hope, which is like a hardcore band from Bulgaria. So it was really cool to like hang out with all those guys. And everybody was awesome, and everybody just hung out, and every night was a party.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. So the guys from Agnostic Front, besides being heavy, they're also jokesters.
Yeah.
So can you tell me about how they gave you your new nickname?
Oh, yeah. So Randy Ramone is the nickname. I didn't listen to Agnostic Front at all going into it. That's just like I just wasn't a part of the repertoire growing up. But seeing them and like getting a feel for their set and everything, you're like, okay, I kind of understand what's going on. And then every night they would close with Blitzkrieg Bop. So Vinny Stigma, the main guitar player, he's the main jokester of the whole operation. So one night we found this like blow up guitar, and I was like, hey, like I'll hand you the blow up guitar, and then you hand me your guitar, and I'll play Blitzkrieg Bop, which is like the song, yeah. And they're like, oh, genius, sounds great, you know. So we started doing that every night, and then it just becomes like, oh, we're gonna bring Randy Ramone out, and then just the lore of Randy Ramone grew crazier and crazier. Yeah, I was like Joey Ramone's son, then I was like Joey Ramone and Debbie Harry's like illegitimate child together.
Gosh.
Then like Stigma babysat me at one point, and it just got crazier and crazier.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's a cool nickname. I love it.
And not too
Randy
shabby,
Ramone.
right?
No, definitely.
I've heard worse ones.
Yeah,
So.
for sure. So you produced the Dark Ride EP for Emilio Menzi.
Yeah.
And I want to know what you brought to that record, because I know that you played with him in Stellar Corpses.
Yeah.
So what did you bring to making a Dark Ride EP?
Emilio and I had a lot of conversations about what he wanted to get out of it, which is the most important thing to me. Anytime I'm working with anybody, just making sure that their vision is being sought out and doing what I can to help get there with them. And he said basically it's just like a love letter of everything that I love. I love horror punk and pop punk and like metal and just everything. So I wanted to have a harder image and darker image overall, but there's still super melodic parts and things that just scream Emilio.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to like make some of those parts pop a little bit more and kind of take iPhone demos into like the real studio.
Well, I think it's a great record.
Thank you. I'm really proud of it.
Absolutely, you should be. So, besides being a musician and all these other things, you have the most sickest job, at least in my head. You work for Mr. Mike Park at Asian Man Records.
Yeah.
So what can you tell me about working at Asian Man Records, and what can you tell me about Mike Park's mom?
Oh, she's the best.
Yeah.
She makes him lunch every day.
Nice.
And yeah, she's the sweetest. It's still run out of the garage and still very, very small operation, and that's what makes it so unique and special. I've lived Asian Man for a really long time.
Yeah.
So I got to know Mike and got to know the operation, and him asking me to come on board has been pretty surreal, pretty awesome. Yeah.
And not just come aboard, but you produced his last single.
Yeah.
I Couldn't Wait Out Through the Night. Is that what?
Yeah. That was like one of two on the split we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a great little single.
Thank
Great
you.
duet.
Yeah.
Oh yes, in 1996, my friends and I all bought the Bruce Lee Band, the Mike Park's supergroup kind of.
Yeah.
And 25 years later, you are on the latest incantation of the Bruce Lee Band.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah.
Are you a god?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I think my life would be going different if I was a guy.
Yeah, well, true.
It'd be a little bit easier. But yeah, he asked us to do some gang vocals, and then I did some engineering on some of the horn sections on some of that record. So Mike asked me and my sister if they wanted to do some gang vocals with like Jeff Rosenstock was there, and Logan from Small Crush. There's a bunch of different like Asian Man family was all in there, so it was really cool.
Oh,
and it had been like
awesome.
right after like things were kind of easing up in the pandemic too, so it was really great. That was like the first time getting to see everybody like in that setting like that, so that was cool.
Well, that's awesome. That's great, man. So other bands that you're in Get Married. You're in the More Family Band.
Yeah.
Teens in Trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. What's next for Randy?
Not really sure. I got some stuff in the works coming out at the end of this month actually, so hopefully that comes to fruition, which would be cool. Hopefully doing some more stuff with Dan Adriano would be a cool thing to do. I don't know, I just really want to explore in songwriting and recording, and then Spiritworld will go on the road eventually, and yeah, so.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good. The year's shaping up to be a good one.
Nice. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us here today, and thank you, Randy.
Thanks
Good
for
to see
having
you.
me.